So let's go a little bit deeper beyond the stage. So you've just come off, and now you're thinking, what now? What do I do? So if you don't, or maybe if you do have more shows coming up, then it's probably a little bit
back on plan, isn't it?
easier. Yeah, you've still got an end goal in mind with that. But perhaps if you haven't, what next? Basically, you've got free reign of life.
You see, the struggle for me is because when you're prepping, you're so regimented. Like, you know that you've got to get up at a certain time, you've got to do your cardio, you've got to get ready and go to work. After work, you've got to do your house things, whatever. Then you've got to train, then you've got a cardio, then you've got a pause routine.
Then you've got to prep again for the next day.
So it's very much like literally every minute of your day is accounted for.
Yeah.
And it's, like I say, it's very structured and regimented. And for me, when I come out of prep and I don't have to do as much anymore, it's almost like, well, how am I filling my time now?
Yeah. Now what do I do now?
Yeah, because you've been doing that for so long. Like,
and then do you not find it sometimes becomes kind of like part of your identity as well, though, in terms of, because that is what you live and breathe for, obviously, you know, a good significant period of the year, is that you yourself can be absorbed in thinking that is you now, that is just what you do, that's all you're about. But then there's more things to you than that. It's just that obviously this is taking up like a set period of your time.
And it kind of gives you more time to think about things, whereas when you're in the depths of prep, like literally most time all you're thinking about is, well, food, and like obviously the competition, and then afterwards it's like, well, I've got to start dealing with real life again. And you know, people aren't asking all the time, oh, so when's the show? When's it?
Or they're asking how you did, and it might have not been the experience that you wanted.
I came last.
Yeah, but then that just sparks off like a negative spiral.
So being prepared for post-show, like how you what you're going to do with your time, what next, and not just a case of what next, as in terms of like competing and
other hobbies.
Yeah.
What else do you want to do?
Catching up with your friends and your family and doing the things that you've put off. So kind of fill your time with that. So you're kind of eased out of prep, back into real life.
Yeah.
And it makes things a lot smoother, I think, and kind of because like mentally
have other priorities. So like any priorities that you've put on the back burner during prep, make sure that you pick them back up. You know, it's generally, you know, 5 things that will that you'll always be trying to juggle. So like family, friends, health, job, and relationships. Your job's generally always going to be the one that will bounce back, but the other ones around them, if you drop them, they are a little bit like glass. So it's sometimes obviously make sure you've got things in place while you're on prep to make sure that they don't drop to being beyond repair. Most people's jobs will bounce back. I've been there, done it. Jobs bounce back.
And it's good if you've got a supportive team, because I work with teachers and staff that they're very, very supportive. And, you know, there's days where they'll be like, just go and sit down, have a coffee, just take 5 minutes.
Come sit in a cupboard.
Literally we've got a cupboard. It's a walk-in cupboard. And I just go and just sit out, and I'm like, just in the cupboard, just in the dark. It's like, So it helps, like I say, if you've got those supportive people around you and that they understand. But like Sam was saying, some relationships, you know, if you've allowed them to become, it's mainly like relationship partners, not so much your family, because obviously your family should love you unconditionally. Some relationships, they don't love you unconditionally, and that's what you should be with that person then. But yeah, relationships can become strained and damaged, and then you've got to work on that. Hopefully you haven't allowed it to become so damaged
so bad,
that it can't be undone. But you often find that you do feel a bit guilty, and then when you come out of prep, it's like, shit, I've really neglected and
this, that and the other. Like, and I mean, there is obviously an element of sacrifice if you're entering into prep, but that's where obviously being prepared beforehand massively comes into play.
See, I'm a single mum, and my son's 12, and he actually admitted to me last year when I was prepping that while he's very supportive and he's very proud of what I do, he told me that he actually he doesn't really like it when I'm dieting. He said, because I look sad and tired, and I'm like, really? So now I'm like air hostess, no, I'm fine, I'm not tired,
Hi guys, we're fine, I'm good.
But to be fair, as the years have gone on, and you know, the more I compete, I feel like I handle things a lot better.
You learn more about yourself, definitely, every time you prep as well.
Of it, isn't it?
Yeah. Part of the cycle.
Because I know what to expect, I know what's going to come, I know that I'm going to be tired, I know that, you know, I'm going to be snappy sometimes, I know that on the ball, and then with my son, I just make sure that, like I was saying in the previous video, you know, we will still work for food, because that food, he does like food, and back in the day when I used to have cheat meals, which I don't do now, he used to love it because we could go out and just have like some nice food, and he would get excited the fact that I could have these nice things, whereas now, he's quite happy for me to just, you know, sit there and whether I'm having my meal or if I'm just having a coffee and he's eating it, and that's absolutely fine. He's just, and he'll tell us like, oh, this is really nice, ma'am. So like, you know, when you can't have it, we'll have to come back and we'll eat this. So yeah, just making sure that you still live life as as
don't go off the wall. But yeah, just be prepared to have a plan in place afterwards. Make a list of all the people or you know, colleagues and stuff that you really want to catch up with, and just stage them like one a week just to catch up with them over like the next 12 weeks. You don't have to do it all at once. I think that's a lot of the mentality with bodybuilding as well. It's like generally all or nothing, but
a lot of food dates.
Yeah, a lot of food dates.
Food.
And it's sad that really, obviously, our society revolves around food as, you know, a means of being able to catch up with people. You know, maybe look into that as well. Do other hobbies with friends and family that doesn't just revolve around food.
Spa day, and I do that when I'm prepping as well.
Going out for walks, just like a nice dog walk as well, because that's brilliant for you, you know, your mental state and starting the day right. You know, have walk dates with friends. Go and do something active. Go and do something random, like I mean, crazy golf or something as a day. You know, it doesn't have to revolve around getting pissed and eating shit.
And then you find that it'd be nice to talk about something that's not bodybuilding.
Yeah. So yeah, have we got anything else to add?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
So, scroll on to the next video.